I'm reviewing the Megadrive / Genesis version of Are Real Monsters. I first beat this game last night for the first time. I've only had the game a few weeks. I bought it off eBay last year for it's quite an expensive game. It's certainly not worth the price that it's apparently a lot of people want it for. I mean, this game was over 60 quid. I mean, this game's not worth that. I mean, it's okay, but it's not a great game. Well, I'll get on the details about the game. You control one of three monsters. I've never seen the animated series, so I don't know the names. But the small pink one is the best, and the second one is a tall one, and the other one I mean, I find useless. I never use the other one. I rarely use the other one. I got through the game using the small pink one and the tall, thin black one, I think. But the other one I rarely even used. I used that one a bit, but not too much, because that one was never useful. But yeah, you can switch between them anytime in the game, and you can control all three. And it is required when you get later in the game where you've got to make where there's one part of a game where you've got to jump from one platform to the next, and you won't make it by jumping normally. You have to do a move where you're controlling the pink one, and then you have to hold them all together and jump forward. That's the only way you make it. You have to do that a few times in the game. So the game starts off easier and it gets very hard. I mean, the hardest part of the game for me is the second boss. I mean, where you've got to move from side to side and land the boxes on the boss's head. I mean, I struggle with that boss for some reason. That boss was even harder than the final boss for me. So yeah, that's the point of the game. You go, I think there was 5 stages from memory, or 4. A few sections each. The point of the game is you've got to get a specific item and then fight a boss at the end. That's the point of the game. Same thing all the way through the game. I mean, and then you progress from level to level, and each level obviously gets harder. And I also waited the late stage on the 4th stage, I think, where you have to make precise jumps, because I always fell in the water, and falling in the water is instant death. So yeah, would I recommend this game? It's a game you play once. I beat it on its default difficulty. I know there's a harder difficulty. I've just beat the game once. I'm not going to go through it again and play the hardest difficulty, because it's not worth it. I mean, I beat the game. It's a game you play once, and then once you beat it, there's no replay value to it. See what else can I say? Playing it on the hardest difficulty, I've been told it's the same ending, so there's no difference. So it's not really worth it. It's just you're just going to have a tougher time, and it is a hard game. It's hard enough as it is on the default difficulty. So would I recommend the game? Yeah, like I said, I give it a 5 out of 10. Play it once, but never play it again. Like, I've just beat the game last night. It took me about 2 days. I had to leave the system on for 2 days because there's no save feature or anything to progress a game. You've got to do it all in one playthrough, and it's a hard game. I had to look at a guide when I got near the end of the game because I didn't know where to go. So yeah, play the game once and then never play it again. It's not a bad game, but not great either. Certainly not, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's not worth the price I paid for it. I think I bought it for £59.99. I mean, it's not worth that. There's better games that are way cheaper than that, and I recommend you play better games than this. 5 out of 10.